Hello my friends, Mike here with Mike's Wilderness. Welcome to my channel, and yeah, need to get a little bit of an introduction on today's adventure. And I am following what pretty much amounts to a used game trail, well-used game trail by both animal and human, and yeah, following it over one of my favorite lookouts. You can see that the trail is just very ill-defined as it kind of weaves its way through the trees. And yeah, just thought that I would bring you into the jungle here a little bit, show you what I'm trying to follow. Unlike the regular hiking trails, animals go where they have the least resistance. And so we humans follow their trails, and eventually they turn into probably some kind of a hiking trail. Anyway, there's my introduction for today. And thanks for joining me, and let's see what kind of things we can discover. Okay. Not quite sure what that is. It's making those chirps or screeches, but maybe we'll hear more. Anyway, it's about 74 degrees and about 1:15 in the afternoon, and yeah, still following the game trail here. Yeah, it's fun. You can always tell there's not been a whole lot of traffic, at least human-wise anyway. Very little garbage. Now this is kind of interesting. Somebody with a blade of some sort, and looks to be something like a large knife, maybe a small hatchet, but they've taken to hacking away at this tree and stripping all the bark, and they basically have ringed it. They've gone all the way around, basically killing the tree. So it's small, and I would imagine it'll come back at some point. Still got some leaves on its branches, so it wasn't done too long ago. But it just saddens me sometimes when it seems like there's no reason for it at all, but to just hack away at it. It's very sad. Alright, moving on. Hope I can show you this in macro mode. It's a little windy, but I came across these leaves on this tree, and they were kind of stuck together, and I peeled back the one leaf, and underneath is this little caterpillar or worm of some sort. You can see his head kind of sticking out there, his body going back into some, and I think it's cocooning of some sort. The silk has pulled the two leaves together and created a little some kind of a shelter for it anyway, but I sure hope that comes out. I guess I won't know until I see it in editing, but yeah, there's some kind of a little caterpillar or some kind of inchworm of some sort buried in there. Alright, moving on. Well, here, my friends, is, name it, 3 leaves, let it be. Yes, you are correct. It is poison ivy. And the only reason I bring it up is because it is laying next to some dead fallen here. It's got a lot of limbs on it and such. And sometimes people are tempted to harvest the fallen wood when they're out camping to make a campfire, and they don't know about poison ivy. And they'll wade into all of this and come down with bad itch. You can see something of the long stems there, and kind of the vine-like nature of poison ivy. It can wrap itself around trees and pieces of wood like this, and then if it dries and you pull it off and burn it, well, then you've got the poison ivy oils burning in the smoke, and if you inhale it, you're going to get an irritation and very nasty stuff. So you just don't want to get tied into that. But anyway, just had to say, it's one of the things to look out for. Poison ivy and dry, dead fallen for making campfires. Not a good mix. Well, been doing quite a bit of carving lately, making the crochet hook and a few other items. I'm gonna make a little toggle, kind of a spooler here in a little bit, and I thought I'd better sharpen up my knife using the Swiss Army knife Victronics Farmer, and it's got the saw blade, and it's a really good one for just doing some carving, so, or whittling. Anyway, a Falcon-Knife CC4 and ceramics going to do a good job to touch things up. So I'm carving away on making up my little toggle, and look down at my shirt, and here's this little inchworm. And I just had to get the camera on him here to show you what the deal is. Oh, look at him moving along the edge of my blade and my knife, searching for something. Cute little guy. Let's see if we can safely get him onto a different surface. Reminds me of that song about the inchworm. Oh, that's pretty amazing. Okay, well, back to my whittling. Oh, by the way, before I do that, here's my spindle, or my toggle with my reduction. I'll have to show you when I'm done. No, little buddy, you can't go on there. I don't know where he thinks he's headed. Well, there you have it. I sharpened up the pocket knife and then did a little knife practice, carving myself a reduction. So those two wider ends of this are permanently attached. They're not glued on or anything. I carved it that way, making this a bit of a spool or a spindle or a toggle of sorts. They can have a lot of different uses. This one may become part of a pot hanging system that I'm playing with, and yeah, it'll come up with some use. Anyway, it's always fun to practice with a knife and see what kind of projects you can come up with. Maybe I can even wrap some fish line around it and make a little fishing kit out of it, you know, with a little bit of line. Oh, and progress report. The inchworm is right there. And the poor little guy, he's just hanging there sucking up the wind. It hasn't moved much in the last few minutes. But yeah. Let's see if he's still alive. Oh, look at that. Look at that. He's reacting like a little snake. Oh goodness. Okay. I love the way they curl up when they walk. I wonder what he's saying. And there are all kinds of them. Here's another one. They must be falling out of the trees. Maybe I should make the two of them meet each other. It sure sounds like a big one. Can't see it much though through the trees, but it's moving pretty quick. Oh well. I like train spotting. Kind of fun. Although somewhat rare in this part of the park, more so out on the prairie you can find it, but yeah, occasionally you run across a little bit of milkweed, and yeah, it'd be interesting to see if this one remains and blooms and gives a seed pod. Alright, got a piece of paracord here that's about 5 feet in length, and I folded it in half, and I'm going to tie a loop in the end of it here real quick, just with overhand knot. Give me half a second. There you have it, overhand knot with a loop. Now the next step is to put this around a tree. Let's do that step. As you can see, I have it tied off here with a square knot, and with the loop hanging out in front. Let me show you the next step. Now you can see that little spool that I made, or toggle, earlier, with a little hitch around it. And let me show you how that works. And as you can see, makes for a nice hang up for my backpack. Simple, effective, and easy to make. Bushcraft at its best. Alright. Well, in the business of getting out and getting dirty and doing some bushwhacking, I scratched myself a couple times. And so I have here some crumpled up leaves from our favorite jewelweed, and I'm going to use it to clean my wound. So I showed you the before, and hopefully I can show you the after. Alright, well, that's a little better. One was just a light scratch, the other a small puncture wound, but got a little antiseptic on it there now. I guess it'll work. Anyway, None the worse for wear. Thank you, jewelweed. Okay, gonna do a resource challenge. This is when you try to find as much as you can identify in a small amount of space in a short amount of time. And yeah, right here for number one is a basswood tree. Leaves are edible, wood is good for making lots of things, and you can get cordage out of the bark. So that's a good one. Now, just to keep moving, right here there's a lot of sweet Cicely here. That's got medicinal properties as a plant goes, so that'll be number two. And let's see, what else do we got here? I think over here, sorry we're moving so fast. I used it, but we have some jewelweed, and that's also a good plant for medicinals. And over here, that's number three. Over here we have burdock. That is a good edible. The root structure down there be very good. We've also got some nettles, which are edibles as well. And we've got, let's see, what else we got? Over here we got eastern red cedar, which is good for Tinder. And so that works really well. And what is that, up to 6 maybe? Okay, well, that's a lot in about a minute or so. I had to give it a try. Yeah, I've been here before. But we've had such a beautiful day. Temperatures pretty close to 80, I think. And we've had some light breezes, and it's been fairly dry. And yeah, what a great day to get out and get some adventure and get a little dirty. So, not sure, I'll probably have a wrap up here if I don't discover a few more things fairly shortly and kind of call it a day. But headed back to the vehicle already. It is about 5:20, so we've been out for a few hours, and always fun, always a delight. Sure enjoy that breeze. Okay, well, it's about 20 to 6. We've still got a lot of daylight, but I think I've spent enough time in the woods, and I'm going to call it a day. Thank you all for joining me on this great adventure. I hope you were able to learn something. Be sure to like and subscribe, get out, get dirty, and stay safe as we all tend to cope with this COVID-19 in different ways, this pandemic, but glad I can share my time with you. And appreciate all your comments and such. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.